Welcome to week 2 of pre-recorded rugby sessions with myself, Brad, and Simon.
Okay, and for our week 2 session this week, we're going to be doing protective falling and play the ball. Okay, so don't worry if you don't know what that is. We're going to go through it stage by stage, so you should know by the end of it. Okay, and for this week, all we're going to need is a cushion, so a small size cushion, a pillow, so a little bit bigger target to aim for, and 6 pairs of socks.
For week 2's warm-up, we're going to go straight into it. So we're going to start off with our heel flick, so jog it on the spot. I want you to raise your ankles to your bum. We're going to keep going till I say stop. Using our arms to keep going. And then change to high knees, so raising up as high as you can in front of you. If you want to use your hands to slap against your knees, that's fine. Or you can use your arms to get them even higher. And 3, 2, 1, and stop there. Okay, we're going to go into a different action, which is known as the forward ski. So we're going to jog on the spot to start with, and then we're just going to take a big step forward and balance on one leg. Okay, so off we go. I want you to do it at the same time as I do. So 3, 2, 1, and balance, and then jump back. I want you to try and jump a bit further this time. A couple more. Last one. I'm finished there. We're going to move on to the next part of the warm-up. So you're going to need your pillow down on the floor, and then I want you to stand just to the side so you have it long ways behind you. And then we're going to sit down on the floor just here, arms wrap round our legs, and we're just going to rock nice and gently backwards and forwards to stretch our back muscles. So we're going to do this a couple of times. Using our legs to push us back up. I'm finished there. Right, so we're going to stretch our backs going the other way this time, so I want you to lie on your bellies, on your front, on your pillow, and we're just going to push up nice and gently to lift our chest off the floor, whilst also keeping our hips down to the floor. We're just going to hold it here for a few seconds. And then I want you to rock back onto your knees, so you're going to let yourself go. Bend your knees, bring your hands up nice and straight, and bring one over to one side. And then I just want you to press down nice and gently, just so you can feel that stretch in your back. And then swap hands. And then back onto your chest again. Nice stretch, lift up. You should just be able to feel it at the bottom of your back. Just hold it there. And back onto your knees again. And switching sides. Okay, we're going to move on to the next part now. So we're going to bring in the warm-up today, a bit of the session of what we're going to be doing later on. So we're going to start on our knees to start with, and then all we're going to do is just try and get up onto our feet as quick as we can. So taking one step forward and then other foot to the side. And we're just going to carry on continuously doing this together just for a few seconds, just to warm our legs up. Okay, and who can do it faster? If you need to straighten out your pillow, straighten out your pillow. And then we're going to change which leg we're leading with. So change which way you're going. That's it. And who can do it faster? And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done for completing the warm-up. We're going to move into the session now. You've got 30 seconds to grab a quick drink of water. Off you go.
Okay, so well done for completing your warm-up. Hopefully you've got your breath back and you're all energised for our session to go into now. So the first part of the session, we're going to be working on protective falling. Okay, now it's really important in rugby that we learn this. We spend a lot of the time on the ground or being put to the ground, so it's really important that we know how to fall so we don't get injured. So we're really going to focus on that today. Okay, so what you're going to need is your cushion, okay, and your pillow in front of your cushion just like this. Try and keep them close together so there's no gaps in between. Like we say, we don't want you hurting yourselves. And all we're going to do, we're going to start on our knees. Okay, so knees on the cushion. Okay, and we're just going to fall forwards onto the pillow with our elbows on the floor. Okay, we're going to do that 6 times. Okay, and the reason we do it 6 times is because in rugby, we get 6 chances to score a try. It's called a set of 6. So we're going to do everything in 6s today. So that was 1. We're going to stand up, fall, onto our elbows, 2, and fall, 3. Okay, and just make sure that you're landing nice and light, so you don't want to be too heavy, so we don't get injured. That was 4. 5. Try and keep your head off the floor when you land. Okay, and 1 more. And that's our first stage. Okay, so for our next stage, we're going to make it a little bit more realistic to rugby. So we're going to start from a standing position. Again, cushion and pillow next to each other. And all we're going to do very slowly, okay, nice and light again, we're going to go onto our knees and then straight, elbows on the floor. Okay, once we've done that, stand back up, onto our knees, elbows on the floor. Okay, again, try and make it nice and light, so we're not hurting ourselves. Onto our knees, elbows on the floor, that's 3. And again down. 4, 2 more. You can take your time doing this. If you need a break, have a little rest. 5. And last one. 6. And that's our next stage. Okay, so well done for completing the first 2 stages. For our next one, okay, so for the first 2, we was going onto our front. This time, like in your warm-up with Brad, we're going to focus on our back, okay? So what we're going to do, cushion and pillow next to each other again. Sat with it behind you, okay? We're going to put our knees tucked in, fold our arms, and we're going to rock back onto the cushion and land on our backs, okay? Again, nice and easy, so we're not hurting ourselves. 6 times. 2. And again, 3. And it's really important that we don't hit our head on the floor for this. So try and keep your heads up. All the way back. Good. 2 more. Good. And that's the next stage. Okay, so for our next bit, if you prefer to remain seated for that, that is no problem at all. However, if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you can do it from a standing position. Okay, so for our next stage, we're going to do the rocking backwards again, but from a standing position. So all we're going to do, you might need a little bit of space between this one. Okay, it doesn't matter about your feet touching the floor. What we want touching the pillow is our lower backs, okay? And up to our neck there, we don't want our head hitting the floor. So if you need to take a step forward, that's great. And all we're going to do is bend down. So we're going to get down, rock backwards, make sure we step behind, and then rock up forwards again. Once you've done one, you can get up sideways, you can take your time doing this. So again, check behind you, look at your space, crouch down, rock backwards, head back, make sure your head doesn't touch the floor, really important. And down, again, look behind you, backwards. 2 more. Squat down, look behind you, backwards. Try and keep your arms crossed as well when you fall. That way, if we have a ball, we're keeping it tucked in nice and tight, so we're not dropping the ball. Last one. Down, look behind you, fall, backwards. Nice work. Okay, so for our next set of 6, okay, we're going to fall on our sides, okay? Now for this, it's entirely up to you. You can remain standing, but for now I'm going to start on my knees. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 on my knees and then 3 stood up. So all I'm going to do, go onto my knees, again arms crossed. So if we've got a ball, keeping it nice and tight. I'm going to look sideways so I know where I'm falling, and I'm going to fall onto my side. Okay, what we're looking for here is that we're not falling straight down heavy and hitting our shoulders on the floor first. We want to hit our hips on the floor first and then go on to our sides. So I'm looking sideways, hips to the ground and up. 1 more on our knees. Okay, arms crossed, look sideways, onto the floor. Nice and easy. And now if you like, we're going to go onto our right, and you can do this stood up. If you want to remain kneeling, that's fine. Okay, so all I'm going to do for this, I'm going to go from standing. Like before, I'm going to crouch down, look sideways, hips to the floor first, rock to our side. So that's 1. Standing again. Again, take your time doing this, you don't need to rush. Arms crossed, kneeling down, look sideways, hips to the floor, then shoulders, and up for our last one. Arms crossed, holding our rugby ball nice and tight. Down, sideways. Perfect, well done. Okay, so well done on working on your protective falling. Hopefully we had no injuries and you now know how to land safely. If you need to get a quick drink, go and grab one, and then we're going to move into a competition with Brad.
Going to move into a protective falling relay now. So what I want you to do is put your pillows and your cushion to one side. You're going to need them over there. And then I want you to put a pile of your pairs of socks over onto the other side. I want you to give yourself plenty of room in between there, because we're going to be doing the relay. That's where you're going to be running. You're going to pick a ball up. You're going to run with it in 2 hands. Okay, we're going to run towards the cushion and the pillow. When you get to the front, we're going to do our protective falling onto our elbows and knees, and I just want you to leave the ball there, run back and keep going. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration run through, and then a timer's going to come up on the screen and you're going to have a go. 2 hands on the ball, elbows and knees, and just leave the ball there. and finish there. That's our demonstration done now, so I want you guys to have a go. It took me 45 seconds to do my set of 6. I want you guys to play the video, a timer will appear, and when you've finished yours, I want you to stop the timer and record your time.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the machine. System shut down.
We're going to move on to the next part of our protective falling, which we learnt with Simon earlier, and that was our backwards protective falling. Before we start, I want us to change our equipment around. So we're going to swap our pillows onto this side and our cushion over there, because on this one, we're going to run round to the front and then do our backwards protective falling this way. So I'm just going to do one quick demonstration, and then we're going to do a full set of 6 together. So ball in 2 hands, we're going to set off, run to this side, we're going to bend our knees like we did before, onto our bums and then onto our backs. We're just going to leave the ball there, get up as quick as we can and get back to our original starting position and try and finish all the balls. We're going to do a full set of 6, so ball in 2 hands, off we go. Bending our knees and falling onto our bums and onto our backs. I'm finished there. If you're in school with your classmates, I want you to have a go in a competition to compete against them. If you're at home, use a timer and then write down what score you get.
Three, two, one. Welcome to the machine. System shut down.
This time we're going to be doing our sideways relay protective falling. So we're going to set our socks back to our original position. Same again, we're going to run round the cushion and do our protective falling. So I'll just do a quick demonstration with one now. So we're going to ball in 2 hands, run round to the side, we're going to bend our knees, fall onto our knees first, onto our hips, and then onto our side. You leave the ball there and try and finish as many balls as quick as you can.
Three, two, one. Welcome to the machine. System shut down.
You've got 1 minute to grab a quick drink before we move on to the next exercise.
Okay, so we've done our protective falling now. Hopefully we all know how to fall safely so we don't get injured. Now the next stage from protective falling is to actually play the ball in rugby. Okay, now there's 3 really important key points when we're playing the ball. The first one is called snap, the next one is called sweep, and the last stage is touch, and we're going to work on them 3 stages right now. Okay, so all we're going to need is our pillow and our 6 socks or balls or whatever we've got at home with us, and we're going to start with our snap. Okay, so we're going to go onto our knees on the floor. Okay, we're going to put our elbows and our forearms on the pillow, grab our first ball, keep it nice and tight like we've got a rugby ball, we don't want to drop it, and we're going to snap and bring our knees up to our chest, and we're aiming to bring our knees onto the pillow. That's our target. Once we've done one, put the sock down, next one, same again. So elbows on the pillow, snap, knees on the pillow, that's 2. We're going to do a set of 6 again. All the way down, snap. And if you're finding it easy, try and speed it up a little bit. Okay, so down, snap. 4, 2 more. Down, snap. Up, last one. Nice and tight. Forearms there, snap. And that's the first stage. Okay, so hopefully we know the technique for our snap. Now we're going to go into a competition. There's going to be a timer on your screen for 1 minute. All we want you to do is practice your snaps and see how many you can get in 1 minute.
Three, two, one. Welcome to the machine. System shut down.
Okay, so we're going to move on from our snap stage now, and we're going to go into our sweep. So what we need you to do is get in your snap position, which was knees tucked into our chest, elbows on the floor, so we should all be like this. Use your pillow if you need to, and all we're going to do is work on our sweep. So we get our ball or our socks, hold it nice and tight, and all we're going to do is bring a knee up in front of us, so we're kneeling, body's nice and straight. Once we've done that, put it down to the side, same again. So from our snap position, sweep, knee up, nice and straight. 2, again down, knee up, nice and straight. We're going to do 3 on our right leg, and then move on to 3 with our left leg. Okay, so again down, leg up, that's 4, down, get our ball, up, 5, and try and do it as quick as you can for your last one, and up, leg in front, and 6. Okay, so we're going to go into another competition again. You've done your sweep competition. Now we're going to do a snap competition. So working on that snap technique, you've got 1 minute to see how many you can get at home.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the machine. System shut down.
Okay, so good work so far at home or in class. Now we're going to work on our last stage, which is our touch. So we're just going to recap on our first 2. So we're down, on our elbows. The first stage was a snap, so knees up. Okay, your next stage was a sweep. Okay, and our last one is going to be touch. So actually playing the ball. Okay, so we're going to need to be in this position. All right, knee up nice and straight, back's nice and straight, and we're going to go from here to standing. So we're going to stand up. As we stand, we're going to put a pair of socks on the floor or our ball, and then roll the ball backwards with our foot, and that's our touch. Try and make sure that the ball goes behind you and not too far away, so it only needs a little touch, and that's our last stage, okay? So we're going to go through that 6 times for our set of 6. If you like, you can go through all the stages together. If not, you can start from your sweep position, so it's no problem at all. So I'm going to go through it all together. So I'm going to grab my ball, step, forearms on the pillow, snap, sweep, touch, roll backwards. That's 1. Next pair of socks, snap, sweep, and touch. Last one on this side. Sweep up nice and straight. Roll back. Okay, that's 3 on our left leg. We're going to move on to our right leg now. So again, forearms on the pillow. Straight up. Try and do it as quick as you can. Sweep and touch. Down. Snap. Sweep and touch. And last one. Fast as you can at home. Snap, sweep, and touch. Okay, so for our last competition, we're going to do our touch, so play the ball. We need to be in this position to start with. So our sweep, leg nice and straight, bent, body's nice and straight, and all we're going to do, get our pair of socks, play the ball, okay, 3 times with our right leg. Once you've done your right leg, you're going to swap, play the ball 3 times with our left leg. Once you've done all 6, you're going to reset, go again, and see how many you can get in 1 minute.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the machine. System shut down.
Okay, so well done completing all 3 stages of play the ball. Now for the hard bit, we're going to put it all together and see if we can do a set of 6 playing the ball, okay? So we have our socks or our balls in front of us. Make sure we've got our pillow for something to lie on so we're not hurting ourselves. And you can take your time doing this, you don't need to rush. And all we're going to do is get down, lie down on our bellies, go through our first stage, okay? Which was the snap. So snap up, leg out for our sweep, okay? Ball down, play the ball, okay? That's 1, we're going to do it 6 times. So again, lying down on our bellies, knees up, nice and tight, leg up, ball down, that's 2. Snap, sweep, and touch. Try and get a nice clean play of the ball so you want the ball going behind you. Swap legs in between if you need to. So snap, sweep, play, 2 more, last 2. Snap, sweep, and touch. Last 1. Try and do this one as quick as you can. So on your front, snap, sweep, and touch. Well done. Okay, so well done on completing all 3 tasks of play the ball. Hopefully you've got that technique right now and you can do it on your own. If not, keep trying the technique, try and perfect it. Once you've done that, we're going to give you a little task or a challenge competition. Okay, so in 1 minute, you're going to see how many play the balls you can do at home. Okay, if you're at a class, try and beat your classmates' score, so see how many they can do in a minute. Try and beat them. If you're at home, get yourself a timer, write your score down, have another go for 1 minute and see if you can beat your score.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the machine. System shut down.
Okay, so well done on your competition. Hopefully you managed to beat 10, that was my score. Okay, if you want to try and beat your score again, keep continuing doing that task, that's no problem at all. But if you want to try and challenge yourself a little bit, we're going to move on to our next task now, so it's your choice. But for the people who want to challenge themselves, all we're going to do, okay, in rugby we don't always lie on our fronts, we might get tackled onto our backs. So we're going to start on our backs, okay, lie next to the pillow with our head at this end, so try not to have your head at that end, okay, and all we're going to do, keep the ball nice and tight to our chest, holding the ball because we don't want to drop it, roll onto the pillow, so onto your bellies, and then do what we've been doing with our play the ball. Okay, so we're going to do our snap, leg up, sweep, ball down, and touch. We're going to do 3 on that side and 3 on this side. So that's 1, line on our sides, roll onto our front, keep your elbows tucked in nice and tight, snap, sweep, and touch. 1 more. On our backs, try and roll onto your front. Again, hold that ball nice and tight. Snap, sweep, and touch. Roll it back. Once we've rolled from our left 3 times, we're going to roll from our right. Okay, so we move our socks. Lying down. Same again, roll onto your chest. Find your front nice and quick. Snap, sweep, play the ball, touch. That's 1. Roll onto your front, snap, sweep, touch. If you're feeling confident, try and do this one as quick as you can. On your backs, roll onto your front, snap, sweep, and touch. Okay, so fantastic stuff so far. Again, hopefully we've managed to do that and you managed to beat your time. If you need to get a drink, you've got 1 minute to do so.
We're going to move on to a game-related situation now. So we're going to play a game called Scatterball. I want you to collect all your balls in and keep them in your possession. You're going to set your pillows and your cushions out the exact same as what they were before, and we're going to actually scatter our balls all across the room. So off you go. So they're nice and spread out. And all we're going to do, we're going to start from here. We're going to collect 1 ball at a time, keeping the ball in 2 hands in possession. We're going to run back, do our protective falling, play the ball, and then keep going till all the balls have gone. So scatter your balls, and 3, 2, 1, off you go. So we're going to do our protective falling onto our knees, elbows, lying down, knees to chest, and play the ball to the side. So do it as quick as you can. Try and swap feet when you're doing it. So I've done 3 with my right. I'm going to swap to my left. I'm finished there. See if you can manage to beat my time in the corner. Well done. Collect all your balls in again once you've finished, and this time we're going to move on to backwards protective falling, but including that with scatter ball. So we're going to start again over here. You're going to throw your balls out, so scattering them out over the floor. You're going to collect them in as quick as you can. So 1 at a time, ball in 2 hands, and you're going to do the backwards protective falling this time. So we're going to go this way, bend our knees, bum onto the cushion and back with our heads up off the floor so we don't bang our heads. And what we're going to do this time, we're going to roll over on the spot. So you're going to have to turn over onto the pillows again, snap, sweep and touch. So scatter your balls around And then 3, 2, 1, off you go. So you're facing the other way, don't forget, bend your knees, ball onto the cushion, rotate on the cushion, snap, sweep and touch, and keep going till they've all gone. So you got to try and beat me now, guys. Off we go. Turn the other way if you want to, and use the other leg to play the ball. So don't get used to doing it the same way all the time. Oh, wrong way. And finish there. Well done, everyone. For our last challenge today, we're going to round it off with protective falling down sideways, then into play the ball. So we're going to use scatter ball as our game again. We're going to scatter our balls around over the floor. Okay, you're going to collect them in as quick as you can, one at a time, ball in 2 hands, and then you're going to do protective falling from sideways on. So we're going to bend our knees, knees to the floor, hips, and then onto our elbows. We then play the ball, same as before, snap, sweep, and touch. And then you've got to collect them all in one at a time, and then finish when all the balls have been collected. So we're going to scatter our balls again. And then 3, 2, 1, off you go. So picking it up, ball in 2 hands, bend our knees, hips, and then onto our elbows. Rotate onto our fronts, snap, sweep, and touch, and then off we go. So off you go, try and do it as fast as you can. Reset your pillow if you need to. So bend our knees onto our side, on his fronts, snap, sweep and touch. Try and change legs. Oh, and on sideways. So snap, sweep and touch. Last one, if you're in front of me, well done guys. If you're slightly behind, try and catch up. So snap, sweep and touch. Well done everyone for completing your challenges this week and perfecting the art of protective falling and playing the ball. For this week's homework challenge, you're going to need to find yourself a partner, and the game we're going to be playing is called Sock Dodgeball.
Okay, so for sock dodgeball, all you're going to need is 2 players. So player 1, you're going to need 6 pairs of socks or balls, whatever you've got at home, okay? And player 2, you're going to need a pillow, holding the pillow lengthways, okay? Player 1, you're going to be throwing the socks, okay? Player 2, you're going to try and either hit the socks with the pillow, okay? Or dodge. If the socks hit you, okay, like this, player 2 has got to get down, play the ball. So down. What we've practiced today, our technique. Okay, once they've done that, we go back to throwing the socks.
Oh. The second homework challenge for week 2 is going to be called ladder ball. So player 1, I want you to put your balls on the floor. So 1 there, 2 and 3 like a ladder. And then player 2 is going to try and hit you with their socks to try and get a point. And you have to dodge it with the pillow. Pick the ball up and play the ball and protective falling at the start again. Are you ready? So 3, 2, 1, go. So when you get to here, put the pillow on the floor, get down, do your protective falling and playing the ball. Off you go again. Protective falling. And swap teams.
Okay, so I managed to get Brad once. So the score with our last game is currently 2-2. Winner. Well done everyone for last week's homework challenges. We've seen some really good stuff that's been sent in, some fantastic work.
And for week 2, your task is to complete and design your own match ball. And well done for completing week 2 of protective falling and playing the ball with myself, Brad and Simon. See you next week.